Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round number one for Rugby Union South Australia. We are at Old Collegians. We are getting ready for Old Collegians versus Brighton. It is going to be an absolutely wonderful afternoon. From a weather point of view, we had lots of rain yesterday, lots of rain overnight, which has softened this track up something beautiful. We had a little bit of a sprinkle just before we came on air. It is going to be good running rugby. My name is Dave Webb, and I am joined today by the absolutely wonderful Steph Redmond. Steph, what a day for rugby.
Every day's a good day for rugby, Dave, you know. First round back for 2023. Pitch is looking fantastic. Been out there, had a trot. The condition on field is amazing. The staff have done magnificent things to have it in a tip-top condition.
Because traditionally, Old Collegians has been one, and Burnside is the other one. And Burnside is still struggling with a cricket team that's playing on the summer. Traditionally, Old Collegians cricket team is playing on the summer. Traditionally, Old Collegians had a cricket pitch in here, but that's not been used for a number of years now, and it's a good
running pitch.
Yeah, it's getting a much better. So speaking of a good running pitch, I know today. Well, I had a chat with the officials today, as is my want. I do love to corner them and have a go at them.
Yes.
But I had to talk to them today. Game management guidelines, for those of you who are watching, basically every year World Rugby comes out and they say, these are the things we want to look at.
These are it, yep.
Space and speed were the two big things that I got out of that conversation.
That's the focus now, I think, for World Rugby is space and speed, creating space and having a fast-paced game. When you look at the international rules and what's being changed, the 9 can't go past the centre channel, creates space for the number 8, which opens up the field for all sorts, left and right, of scrums and breakdowns. It's a fast-paced game now that's exciting to watch.
It is. I mean, look, we've talked about open running and pace today. Liam McDonough, we know, just hard-nosed. I think he took it personally once when I said that he's very, very good defensively, a lot better defensively than he is going forward, and that game has changed for him a lot.
It has.
Tristan Kutzer back. I haven't seen him play. I know he was injured for a lot of last season, so it'll be good to see him. If they get him in space, that could cause issues. It's really interesting. First day of the season, it's a 3-month off season.
It is.
The defence isn't going to be there.
The match fitness and the defence, like everyone's still feeling the game out. They've not hit their straps as far as match day fitness and their ability to pull things together cohesively. They're still fighting. They're still fighting for positions, I suppose, as well.
I mean, this is a big one. So let's talk about selection and coaching and stuff like that. So all change, but not really any change at Brighton. Richard Wasley still in charge. Huge
Richard
number of
Wasley and Kev LaRue both
still there,
both leading the charge for Brighton.
It's 3 years now in a row. Obviously, Richard's been around for a while, but LaRue,
Richard's firmly
3 years around there.
Kev's turned up and has been a massive input to the club. His knowledge, his game knowledge, and his abilities to impart it onto players has been second to none, and he starts off at under 5s, under 6s, and he's a volunteer that's willing to lend a hand to anybody who asks, and his ability and his presence around the club has been next to none. It's like he's never not been there.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. So no change, but lots of change, because there's a lot of names that have come in that we haven't seen before, or we haven't seen for a while.
You look at today's lineup. There's some notable players that aren't there, but then you also look at the new players that have turned up to Brighton this year, and selections have been difficult for Richard and Kev. They've sat there and they've worked hard and they've looked hard, and you have a second grade side that just went down.
Yeah, and so Aaron Coleman back as well. We haven't seen him for a while.
Aaron Coleman, great to see him back. Looking fit as.
And Old Collegians will run out onto the field. I'll work through the lineups with you as we go. I mean, it's a lot of familiar faces, and there's a lot of people who we probably haven't seen for a while or we haven't seen before. If you are watching us for the first time, welcome. Happy to say hello to you. If you want to speak to us, say hello. Happy for that. We've got our first blood for supper from Rodney Gerd. Don't know whether that's a name change for old Gerdy.
Well, no, that's his name. Gerdy,
I wonder who he's
watching us up in Queensland.
Just hiding from the match review panel, one would assume.
No, Gerdy's doing good things, and he's staying fit and healthy up there. We may see him back shortly, just for a cameo or here and there, but no, it's good to see him tuning in.
So the traditional jerseys for both of these teams, the black and gold hoops for Brighton, the red and blue hoops for Old Collegians. Round number one, we are getting very, very close to the start of this one. Looking forward to what will be an absolutely wonderful afternoon.
College to get us started.
And talking about change, Alex Rockaborough taking over the reins.
He has the call, doesn't he? So here we are into it. First game of the season live streamed.
First breakdown. We are expecting those breakdowns to be nice and quick today. Brighton looking to move it out. First handling error of the day. Fortunately for Brighton, it ends up with messiness in the first game of the season. Both of these sides should settle into it. Phillips Matt in the backfield, but manages to get the ball back. They're away again.
Stabbing kick from McPherson down towards...
Oh, the bounce just didn't go exactly where he wanted it to go, and Radbone could collect it, but there is another whistle. You'd think it would be a penalty back to Brighton.
Just short of halfway.
A high tackle. First one that we've seen.
Well, we're going to end up with a few calls like that this year with the sternum tackle call. Players are going to have to settle into that. They got used to the below the nipples, and now we've dropped it down another couple of inches. So I think the referee's going to be quite firm on it. Well, they've got a lot of things to watch. So Brighton about too short of the 22. Attacking line out.
Off the top, we think.
Long.
Now they bring it down. Look for Phillips on the wraparound again. There he is. We'll look again to Nakawara. Big contact, but they're away again. Again, just happy to keep possession and work into midfield. There is that speed at the breakdown. Collier again. Looks this near side. Lots of numbers for Old Collegians. Can they create space on that far side now? Long looping pass, they're away again. Priestley, now they'll look out onto that one side. One-on-one, he beats him easily and will score.
Aaron Coleman in for the first try for the season. 6 minutes in. Welcome back, Aaron. Good to have you back into rugby.
Aaron Coleman, who was around for a while then. I think didn't he go off to Queensland to play his trade there?
Yep.
I think he had a year off rugby as well, but it is good to see him back.
He's had a couple of years off. It's good to see him back. He's fit. He's looking massive. Like, there's a couple of blokes out there that have worked really hard in the off-season, and a couple of their thighs actually have their own postcodes now. If you look at Aaron and Sammy T, they're both massively strong blokes. Whether one or at 14 or 11, it's good to see fit blokes out there. Seb Stocks is another one that's worked really hard in the off-season.
I think what's nice as well is I had a very, very brief chat with Mr. Coleman before. He seems to have matured absolutely beautifully as well.
Good. Yeah, no, he's the smiling assassin out there. He's like always got the biggest grin on his face and loves ball in hand and produces the goods when required. Interesting
to see him out on the wing. Used to seeing him run those lines in midfield, see whether he comes off his wing, which is something that, Rich Wosley loves to do.
Well, yeah. You've got a number on your back, but you're not in a set position. If it's on, it's on. You've got to read what's in front of you, and an easy conversion taken from Nathan McPherson.
Looks nice and easy. I mean, so from a kicking point of view today, the wind is almost non-existent. There's not a lot of it to talk about.
Nope.
Underfoot will be absolutely perfect.
Maybe a fraction greasy on top with that little shower of rain that came through, but if this wind keeps up, it should dry it out nicely, and the ball should be easy to handle.
And so we talked about it, just left to right, created space out wide, and Old Collegians just essentially ran out of numbers.
Seb Stocks again. run up. May have not released there, but
it's such a line ball call. Phillips did very, very well to pull that one out the air. It's all a little bit sideways and a little bit static. Fishwick just throws it away in hope more than expectation at the moment.
Sammy T tucks and goes.
Oh, that is a big bump from Sammy T.
Yeah. Such a gentleman, Sammy. He's out there playing with pure passion today. He's good to see him back getting his starting spot in the.
Well, there's the not releasing, and Fishwick again.
Fishwick? Who's? Yeah,
Fishwick or Hunter, I think.
Might have been Lee Hunter.
Just holding on and not releasing, and you can see in that replay, and you can see in the picture why he held on. That Old Collegians outnumbering Brighton massively at that breakdown.
They did. So punching it into the corner, there'll be 10 out.
So a line-out within the 22, we'll see catch and drive. When you get that line-out in the 22 and you know you're that close, the forwards start to salivate a little bit, thinking this is us, this is our bread and butter.
When you're on attack, definitely. On defence,
that's not what the Old Collegians needed.
Bobbled up top, that'll be a scrum Brighton ball for the knock-on.
I tell you what, it's not the worst result from that, to be honest, the knock-on. And well, it's not a knock-on, it's a forward pass, because if that had gone to Brighton hands, Travis Collier, who's aging like fine wine. Now we've lost Jacob Satala. He's taken the reins. Nathan, you lost Jacob Satala a while ago.
Well, we did a few years ago.
Nathan
he tried to
Satala.
make a comeback, but we'll have him back anytime. But yeah, Nathan's moved away and moved back. He's around. He's on the sidelines. He'll be having plenty to say from the corner where he's standing. He's him and his cronies, Max Bleach, Nick Day. They'll having plenty to say, and
all the fun and no responsibility.
Encouraging as always.
But I did speak to Travis Collier before the game. What I love about Travis Collier is that he is Mr. Dependent. You know exactly what you're going to. I mean, as far as Richard Wasley goes and the style of rugby that Richard Wasley plays, he wants a dependable number 9 who's just going to deliver to the talent. He doesn't want a maverick number 9 who's going to start throwing the ball at the back and going. He just wants delivery, and he gets that from Travis Collier.
But the thing with Travie, he is always there. The bloke is as fit as a fiddle.
They're away again with Coleman out on that far side.
Well met this time. And
beautifully met. It is McDonough again, is it? And he gets up and makes another one.
Not releasing. Yep, holding on.
So
that's be wary of that. That's a couple of times the Brighton now haven't actually had a clear release of the ball.
There's no reason for. Did he get up and go again? Was that the problem? Yeah. So he got up and went again. Release. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about with that fine line.
It is a fine line.
He probably thought, well, I'm not held, so I can go.
You've still got to be a clear.
There has to be a release. He has to let go, get up, then he can play again.
Yep.
But you're right. And look, on that, as we spoke about, that breakdown is something that they're looking at. They want to clean that breakdown up.
Well, they want to keep the speed of the game as going
as
well. So if you're going to do it, you've got to have a clear release. It's just about almost. It used to be like the old jackal where you just about had to clap your hands before you allowed your hand back on the ball. If you're going to play and go on that, you've definitely got to have the clear release. The ref's got to see it, and then you can pick and go again. So another messy line out for Old Cole.
It's going to be that way. They'll dial themselves in, you think, by the end of it. Into midfield again. Burgess
solid.
Lowers the shoulder, hit, bang on the 22. They're away again. Bartlett in midfield. Puts the little kick through. Going to put a lot of pressure on Coleman. He's done well to gather it, but did wonder whether there was a little one just at the beginning, and there was. I thought he managed to keep it, but there's just that first little one that goes to ground and the knock-on. So what was initially a nothing kick from Bartlett has turned into a good little kick from Bartlett.
Just touched by one of the college players, causing that, and then they're regathered by Aaron Coleman. So not a clean retake. So the knock-on played. So
positionally, absolutely wonderful from Coleman, but just couldn't reel it in.
Early engaged by Brighton.
Oh, he's gone quickly, Burgess.
Oh.
Huge defence. That's Nakawara finishing off that tackle.
Collier low, Pitta high.
Guillen looks, tries to find a way through, tries to burrow his way through, can't quite get there. Bartlett again, now he will send it out into midfield. Comes back inside. Sorry, that's Bartlett. I'll have to work out who it is wearing the 14 with the headgear on. Dawes tries to find a way through. Burgess again, the door is slammed shut in his face and driven back in the tackle. Again, Merrin will sit at the back and try and direct traffic. Again, they just try and ram the door down. Again, they can't find them. They might try and find a way through a side window shortly, but still they bash and bash away at this Brighton defence. Merrin, now they go wide, now they get wide. That is an incredible tackle. Wonderful covering tackle from Dupree.
Another good turn up for this year. The guy has got wheels, and he read that well. Cover was awesome, taking him out a metre short. So Brighton line out on the 5.
Wonderful ball from Merrin, and do you know what? Kutzor will be disappointed that he didn't finish that, because one-on-one, you would think he'd like to back himself against pretty much any defender in South Australian rugby, but Dupree, great covering tackle.
Unknown quantity for most people, being a new player to SA, so yeah. Now, what have we got here?
Now, there's a level of assumption. It's Kurt McKinley in the headgear. No, I apologise, Kurt. I just didn't recognise you. It's Kurt McKinley. So there's a late change there, because we thought Ormsby was going to be at number 10. He's going to hate me for that. I'm going to get a message about that.
Well,
I don't know who I'm insulting now.
We can only actually work with what we're given.
I tell you, I knew it wasn't Ormsby. I mean, he would have had to have done a lot of eating over the last 3 months for that to be Ormsby.
Yeah. We're allowed to have guesses at this first game of the season, Dave. Come on.
You know me, I don't like to make mistakes.
That's where you're mistaken.
I do make lots of them. I just don't like
doing it. No, I'm hearing you. And
yep.
Nicely guided kick.
As straightforward as they come for McKinley.
Yep.
A big left leg of his.
Flirted with that left-hand post, though, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he drove it enough that he wasn't worried about it.
No, there was plenty on it.
But if he'd hit that left post, it probably would have ended up back with us.
Back to halfway. With further work for themselves to do.
Quarter of an hour gone, 7 points to 3. Brighton with the early ascendancy on the scoreboard, but you have to say, Old Coles, huge clean out by Dawes. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Off the feet, yeah.
Planes landing, planes taking off. That's borderline for mine. I thought he won that. If you lose your feet because of a clean out, it should be okay.
If it's in contact, I agree.
I mean, yeah, I didn't feel like there was much wrong with Timmy Dawes then, but hey, I don't have the whistle.
Nope, which is a good thing.
I refereed you a couple of times. You didn't hate it.
You, Dave.
Really good position for this line out from Brighton. Now,
7-8 metres out, we go, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, full line for Brighton.
Rich Wosley constantly, alludes to the fact that he's going to go into his big green playbook for lineouts, and never does.
He does.
Just not when the camera's here. He doesn't want other people to see it.
It's game one. You don't want to pull all the big stops out. Straight to Nick Simpson at 2.
5.
So it's nice and tight. Yeah, that's nice and long.
Bread and butter, but
yeah,
he's lost his feet. It's not. It wasn't collapsed.
No, that was just straight to ground.
Now they look at the channels, and Old Collegians good defensively so far. He's not going to get that down. You wouldn't have thought.
No, they're still 2 metres short. Held up from a maul. Maul was called. It was just unfortunate that Lee Hunter lost his feet.
He did, there was no collapsing of that. Like you said, he just lost his feet. Maybe he should have the wet weather studs in.
Yeah, but it's not wet weather. We're only just in April.
There's a number. You can see a number of the forwards in there with the
everyone
the long studs in.
Yeah, nobody in the forwards should ever be wearing moulded studs.
Clearly, one of them was.
Well, this will be a big scrum for Brighton. They'll try to look to put some pressure on. Old Coles here. Old Coles 5 metres out defending.
Would you allow the back rowers to have Maldives on?
No.
And Nick Simpson probably needs to pay a fine then this week.
No, he's got...
No, they're Maldives.
His fronts are stud and middle studs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're... I think they're the Adidas... I don't know, something. They're wrong. He should be fined anyway for having boots of that colour.
There was a penalty in that scrum. I didn't see it. We were too busy talking about...
Nick Simpson's boots.
Yeah, boot choices.
Yeah.
Again, wonderful, wonderful kick.
That was a great kick down to the 10 metre. Peeled off some good yards on that.
I love it as well. Just a straight up drop point. Didn't try anything funny. Didn't try and banana it. Just a straight up drop point.
Just stick to what works, eh?
Kick the leather off it.
Yeah. Off the plastic ball.
Merrin again into midfield. McKinley now will look and try and build around this midfield and give them options on both sides. Merrin, McKinley, flat ball all the way out to McDonough. Can't find his way around the outside. It's going to be that for me is going to be a wonderful, and every time we see...
I think that's a little win for Brighton on that one. Just they were pushing across man on man, pushing the players outside, and they just ran out of room.
I mean, every time we talk about Brighton, and I love these winger battles that we have, and Coleman versus McDonough is going to be an absolute doozy, and we've seen that Kurtzer versus Dupree is going to be fun as well.
Clean ball to Lee Hunter from Jaden Phillips in his 50th.
Collier again into midfield. Oh, Simpson dropped it cold.
Snatched at it. That's unfortunate for Nick. He'll be most upset with himself.
He just needs to lose a bit of weight. Put on probably a bit too much bulk in the upper body over the off-season.
He has been working incredibly hard.
He did say that to me.
You should see all of his posts that he puts up.
I'd rather not.
Oh, they're amazing.
I can't remember who it was, the Onkers hooker. Used to see gym pictures of him constantly. I get enough gym pictures in my feed, thank you very much. I don't need any more.
You don't have to go to the gym now.
I think I've been to the gym like 3 times.
Is that just
and one of them was on purpose.
Oh,
Burgess going backwards, but manages to find McKinley. McKinley kind of gives man and ball to Bartlett. Manages to keep his feet and rumble forwards a little bit. Merrin again will look on this near side. Burgess will always put his hand up for that run.
Oh, that was...
Yeah, no... Straight off his feet, Sam T.
Oh, he was straight on the ball first. Yeah, no, it was there.
Oh, well, you'd say that number 4 coming in from the side.
It was taken out. He was clean on the ball, but yeah, side entry.
Now that will be Ruben's stretch because that's not Jack.
He got away with it. Yeah, haven't seen Jack out there.
They did kind of get away with one, you would think. I have an updated team list from our Collegians.
Oh, do you?
Best manager in the game gave me it. Now that Jane's gone.
She's not the college manager.
Jane Fishwick.
College manager?
She's not the manager anymore. Yeah, the old Collegians manager. He's amazing. He's awesome.
Jane was never the college manager.
No, I know, but now she's gone. He is now.
Well, Jane's still here. We'll have a shout out to Jane. She won't miss a game while Reese is playing.
Tuipulotu again just bashes into that midfield. Now they'll look a little bit wider. McKinley loops one out.
Oh, you got to make that tackle, Aaron. You can't let him. You can't let him push you off. So Richard would be happy if the boys keep making first up tackles and sticking them. Not happy with arm tackles.
Yeah, Radbone got just absolutely swarmed as he received that ball. I just want to see McKinley with a little bit more option. There's not a lot there for McKinley at the moment other than that loopy wide pass, which is just allowing Brighton to slide.
And it's a slow pass too.
Yeah, so...
You're probably better off tucking it and having another phase in the middle.
I think so.
Nick Simpson off the top to Collier. Swings it wide out to Pitter.
Nakarawa will try and find a way through. Gets the offload away. Now they've got a little bit of speed. Now we can see James Dupree just try and find a way through.
Or just ran himself out of room.
Sorry, it's not James Dupree, is it?
Scott.
They used to have a James Dupree at Brighton. Zen Dupree. Sorry.
We've had a few Duprees.
I wondered whether he was one coming back, but he's a new Dupree.
He is a new Dupree.
But there's that battle again between Kurtzer and Dupree. A messy lineup puts Merrin under a huge amount of pressure.
Lee Hunter coming straight through, gave himself plenty of time.
Little pick and drive.
Just tidying it up. Ooh,
well, Merrin's very slow to get up. I mean, he was absolute. Remember Mick the Munch? That was pretty much what happened. I mean, look, if you give a second rower the chance to run at a 9 like that, they are going to take it.
With a smile.
But they're rumbling forward. Gian will take it on.
The ball again, yes.
This time he gets rewarded.
Yeah, there was no side entry on that one.
See whether Merrin has managed to find his way up yet.
Oh, and we've had chats.
Francis.
Oof, yeah.
That's not Francis, that's Chester.
And we're going again.
Was it Chester again? Can't have been Chester again.
That's a double march. Be lucky to not get a card this time.
Unless Jim Francis is the doppelganger. He is as well, jeez. No, that's Chester, isn't it?
Who are you looking at?
The number 6. Redhead number 6 for Old Coles.
Right out on the wing here.
Yeah.
My glasses aren't working that far.
I'm going to have to put mine on. No, that is Chester.
I'll take mine off. Yeah.
Chester Armstrong.
Yeah. Check.
There he is, look.
Does it say it on the sheet? Yeah, no.
No, it was Jim Francis, but that's not Jim Francis. That's Chester Armstrong, who was an official for a long time. I'm not sure whether he's still doing it, but he should know much better.
No, he just... it's offering advice, I think.
It's the worst. If you're refereeing a referee is terrible.
Yeah.
McPherson, 40 metres out with the angle, probably puts another couple on it. Good contact, sounded absolutely wonderful off the boot, and it's straight over the black dot.
Lovely kick by Nathan McPherson.
Afternoon to Sean Riley. Never misses a game, Sean Riley. Love to have you on board as usual. Speaking of Sean Riley, obviously the husband of Edna Riley. Edna Riley medal is the best and fairest woman through the year. Yes. And on that news, the Don Smith Medal Night has now been renamed to the Rugby Union South Australia Awards Night. So it's taken into account the fact that we give lots of awards.
More than one medal. Yes.
More than one medal.
Yeah, more than one award. Which I think is fair. If it was one medal, just the Don Smith, then yep, have a Don Smith night.
But there's lots of people who are named.
A lot of people that are recognised for their service and their excellence to rugby over the year, and I think it's quite justified.
Fishwick, Nakawara.
Oh, pick up with Sammy.
Yeah, and it's gone back as well. Dupree now will put the ball on the foot. Fortunately, it's just going to find its ways into the hands of Radbone. Radbone beats a couple and then is absolutely smacked by Fishwick. Merrin again, he is up and about again, but knock on.
Good hit by
Fishwick getting the turnover.
199 games this week, I've been informed.
Oh, so you couldn't ask for a bigger 200 then, could you? The Anzac round.
Yeah. Yep.
At home. Against Burnside. It's always the two grand final teams that play in that Anzac round.
They do. It used to be the starting round, but now with the season pushed back a bit for World Cup, we've got a warm-up chance, and we'll get into it next week for the grand final replay.
Apologies, Sean Riley is her son, not a husband.
You've been corrected.
I have, and that's fine. That's all right.
It's all right. We're
happy to be corrected at any point.
Just one.
But this is a good chance to see that break foot by both of these hookers.
Yep. So foot went back and then
that's sort of
for strike.
We're going forward by going backwards. That used to be the way that hookers set up, wasn't it? With that sitting back more than.
Yeah. Now you can't afford to sit back. You can your hooker used to be just a dead weight in the middle, and you used to rely on your prop.
Well, they used to be a lot smaller for that reason, didn't they?
They did. Nowadays, your front row, well, if you look internationally, they're all over 6 foot tall. But if you're a hanger-oner in the middle, you're one man less.
But there's still space in rugby union for players of every shape, which is one of the beautiful things of our game. Merrin back to McKinley. McKinley will clear his lines.
punching deep down towards halfway, cleaned up by Coleman.
Coleman will manage to send it infield to Priestley. Been a little bit quiet in this first half, Priestley. One miss, two misses, manages finally to be brought down by Siegfried. Now they will look to this near side again. Penalty again, side entry. This time they do get picked.
I think that's just laziness at the start of the season.
Yeah, they've got to come and run back through that gate. And the reason that these penalties are coming is that Brighton are breaching the gain line. They are managing to get past the gain line. They're managing to put Old Collegians defensively under pressure. McPherson, is he going to? No, he goes to touch. I thought we were going to look for another set of points. 10 points to 3 as we approach the the half-hour mark.
Half something. So Brighton line out 10 metres short. Sam T setting up at the front, setting the mark.
I mean, at 10 metres is a big driving maul, but you wouldn't suggest...
I don't suggest they're going to go for a drive for 10 metres.
I tell you what, I think they're getting away with the fact that that's not going 5 because there's no contest. And again, this time Nakawara will lose his foot, gets inside 5 metres.
Cleaning up over the top.
Fishwick looks to pick and drive, just about held onto. Just about held onto his wrist and stopped him going any further. Collier again has a cadre of Brighton players.
Sam T getting awfully close.
Very close to this one. Collier, little drop off. Nakawara on the inside, the old Gregan ball.
Lovely ball. And it was just a cheeky little flick on the inside, wasn't it? Lovely line by Pitter.
First seen and made famous by George Gregan.
It wasn't it. It was
and do you know what?
And it stopped the world in its tracks, didn't it?
It did its job. If you look, I'm not sure. I think it might have been Howlett was the pillar defender. So when we talk about the pillar defenders, where the breakdown is, you'll generally put one defender on either side, and their job is not to move.
They don't move.
Do not move. If we see a replay of that again, it's just a step from Howlett, just a little step from Howlett, and it's enough.
Yep, creates that hole. And it was a great line. It was tight and it was right there, and they expected the movement and got it, and Pitter down pretty much untouched.
If you, in that pillar position, if you are not making an absolutely dominant tackle, that's a try. If Pitter has any chance to run at an arm or a shoulder, it's a try. And that's why that pillar defender is so vitally important.
You're actually probably better off not moving.
Well, they shouldn't. I guarantee when the coaching staff of Old Collegians sees that try back,
yep,
that is exactly what they will say.
If you stand up and put an arm out, you've lost it.
Oh, he's pulled it.
He's shanked it big time. Oh, well. That'll give him something to look at. But I think Richard Worsley's going to be pretty happy with the attack lines that Brighton's been running, and the defence has been pretty stand-up. There's not been too many first tackles not missed. Defensively,
they've been very good, because let's not, I mean, you know, as we tick over half an hour, it's 15 points to 3. If you're just joining us, you'd be forgiven in thinking that Brighton have had the run of this game. They kind of haven't.
No,
Old Coles have been in this.
There has been, it's been defensively both sides. It's just been one-off plays that have crossed the line. The defence for both sides has been stand up. It's been pretty good.
Into midfield again for Brighton. Now they will little drop off to Phillips, and Phillips manages to run at an arm, which is what he want to do. Pilotu couldn't quite meet him as strong as he would want to.
Degnan tackled on the 5 metre line. 10 out from the 22. Collier up to... Oh, that's Sully.
Oh, and he's away, and Simpson now has some acreage in front of him.
Doesn't mind a run, Nick Simpson.
Now he's got... Oh, wow.
And stripped in the tackle.
Radbone. Pickpocketing Simpson.
He'll be angry about that. Get back on side,
Just
Nicky.
needs to work on that upper body strength, I think.
You were just saying you needed a drop sub.
Hey.
Well, Fishwick cleaning up.
Great hands from the fittest prop in world rugby.
Up to Priestley. Skips out of the first tackle. Makes another 5 metres up to...
Oh, Nakawara now over the 22. Lots of room for him.
Oh, couldn't go over the top. Charge down past Priestley, cleaning up though.
Saw the crazed giraffe working his way towards the posts. And the penalty for a high shot.
Seb stops just with a neck roll on the clean out.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Unlucky. Just needed to be a fraction round down under the armpits, and he would have been fine with that. Probably would have got away with it.
And I tell you what,
and it's just a slip of the arm. They go for the grab, and a head's an easy thing to grab a hold of.
It's kind of made for it.
It is.
That's how we were brought into the world, Stefan.
Yep. Some of our mums were too posh to push, but yeah.
Look at that again. So that is
great clearance.
Up and around the halfway. And look, I know I wax lyrical about Kurt McKinley and his left leg, but that's such a weapon. You've gone from 5 metres under your own posts to the halfway, and it's your ball.
Yep.
Brighton now, I have to think about
will defend this.
Any penalties from here towards there. They're got to be right on their line.
So we've got a one-man lift at the front pod with Sam T and Nick Simpson.
Merrin again into midfield. Get back to the gain line. Hands on. Lost it. He can't have a second bite. Oh, he got away with that. Collier sends it to this near side. Simpson. Can he make up for it? This time.
Cheesy dropped it. Cold. He'd be angry about that.
Simpson was away again, you know, and that.
He doesn't mind a run, does he?
You love that from a back row, but Howlett just about managed to scrag that jersey and keep him in check. And then the inside ball was there, but Fishwick, hands like feet, I believe the saying is.
Caught it with his elbows. Yep. Shout out to Liam Hamilton. 150 games today for Brighton.
Congratulations, Liam.
And he got his 152nd, 51st, getting on for the seconds.
Oh, well done. 2 games in 1 day.
Yeah. Got to say a shout out to Roger Lassen as well, who's listening from the eastern states.
Oh, welcome, Roger.
Roger, yeah. He's happy to see his old mate Aaron Coleman back on the field, and it's always nice to hear from Roger.
Just trying to pick a signal.
What have we got standing up?
Not sure, to be honest. Simpson went.
No, there is no signal, but we've just got a
I wonder whether he got Simpson for going a little bit early, but my God,
Breaking.
That's a good spot.
It's a tight angle there, though. They're only 5 metres. We'll see where this will go down past halfway, I'm picking.
Yeah, I hope so.
Doesn't have a lot to play with,
Jesus,
though.
leg.
That's a big leg. That's not out.
There it is.
If you were standing on this, oh, that's down to the 22.
I tell you what,
that is an awesome kick.
If you're not here, you can't appreciate. It's like a howitzer going off when he connects with that thing properly.
Yeah, it's like the old days when it was leather on leather, and it's just a hollowing sound, isn't it? So Collegians
that's
going
Campion
deep,
off the top into McKinley. McKinley, that's a better ball out from McKinley. Trying to find a way through the middle was Coutser. Couldn't quite find a way through. McKinley again. Now they're away. Radbone almost got themselves a 2-on-1, but they're still going. They've still got possession. Now they've got masses of blue and red in midfield.
Oh, solid
huge
defense.
Tackle. Driving them back, but he's done well, Burgess, to get going forward again.
Ball's there. Short ball.
That's Burgess, sorry. Ball available again for them. Now they will look with Howlett. Howlett over the top to Ipolatu. Couldn't quite get there. And oh, there must have been a Brighton something because he would have played on.
Is he calling a no-arm tackle there?
Or maybe high?
No. He was signalling for the wrap.
No, it looked like there was a wrap there.
Yeah,
but again,
we've come back to where the...
Look, I might be old school. I might be old school in this, but I just want to see your hooker put your head down and bum up there and restart it. Don't throw a speculative pass there. Because if they hadn't had the... Let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he knew they had advantage. But if there was an advantage there, Dupree's gone.
Yeah, it was... Yeah. Clearly was the advantage call and through the speculative pass, though.
Yes, we will give him...
We don't have access to the refs being mic'd up.
We will do. We'll get there.
We do.
We will get there.
We have had it, but now we can say whatever we like and guess whatever we like.
Yeah, we're just easing ourselves in gently to this 2023 season. 2023.
I know.
Where's my flying car? That's what I want to know. When I was a kid, you used to read books about what 2020 was going to look like.
Yeah.
We're living in the Jetsons now.
We are.
I want my space walking dog.
I want a robot that just brings me stuff.
So, Old Collegians with a line out inside the 22.
We digress. So this is...
Wait, you've got a son, haven't you?
Yeah.
Isn't that a robot that can bring you stuff?
He's nearly 20. He doesn't, I'm lucky to see him. So 5 metre line out.
Campion.
Gone deep.
Great
Campion.
line out.
It's good to see Jack back.
Driving
Shoulder
more,
reconstruction.
really good driving
It's a
more.
try.
That's the line. It's going to get over, you would think. Can he get down?
It's a try.
Yes, he does. Old Collegians answer back, and tell you, this crowd away to our right-hand side,
Finally woken up.
the facilities now at Old Collegians.
We actually look around all the grounds now. The upgrades to the facilities. It's awesome. Like you look around and the amount. And they say rugby's not a big sport in South Australia, but you look at the facilities and they're second to none. College have pretty much doubled the size of their change rooms.
Well,
and
yeah,
their grandstand and the viewing ability from it and their change room facilities are fantastic. It's great.
I did pop my head in. I did have a little look before the game.
Did you get itchy feet?
No, to be honest. I know. No, I don't miss playing rugby because I enjoy getting up on a Sunday morning and not feeling crap.
Oh, you poor old thing.
Oh, honestly, so sore. I mean, I'm sore enough after soccer.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't want to be doing that.
Soccer. Anyway, lining up for the conversion.
Tell you that lineup with Jack Campion, there was no pressure on the support.
No, it was a clean ball off the top, and it was just through their hands.
I don't think we'll see it again, but there was a double lift. So they got him up to the top, and then they just give him a little. They give him a little throw.
Then it was the toss off him in the air, wasn't it?
It was. It was beautiful to watch. McKinley will
it's good
keep that one.
It's good to have Campion back after a shoulder reconstruction and having a baby last year.
I tell you, that has to be probably one of the hardest things to do, especially going into, into the big boys as well. To have that shoulder reconstruction and get that recovery right, and then have the confidence in your shoulder to come back into contact. I take my hat off to him.
Well, I haven't actually seen him make contact yet, though, so...
Oh, tell you what, that's not a bad leg either.
It's a great kick down.
Oh, I think that's, unlucky Pitter.
Unlucky Pitter, yeah.
It was a great take. He just lost it, I tell you.
Oh,
yeah,
just tripped
almost.
himself. Yep.
Great take, though, from Nakawara.
And he knew he was over the touchline as well. Oh, come on.
There was no real argument, was there?
Nah.
Oh, that's a wonderful hand.
Ravi Collier, pick up.
Great hand from, I think, the big number 5. I think it was Hunter.
Lee Hunter, yeah. Got up, spoilt that. So Brighton just playing one-off ball here. Pick and goes. Sam T making a couple of metres. Jaden Phillips, pick and go. Lee Hunter right behind him.
Just, look, the ability of Brighton to go, right, okay, we've just conceded. Let's bring everything back and settle everything down. I mean, and don't forget, this phase of play is coming from a mistake by Nakawara.
Yep. And
that's a great tackle in midfield. Bartlett managing to fire out and make the tackle. And that there, for me, is the importance of that. So Bartlett manages to fly out and make that. Then look at where all of the Brighton support runners are. They're all in front of that breakdown. They're lucky that they've got the penalty because they would have found themselves under a huge amount of pressure.
Well, Nathan McPherson was there quick as a flash. He was looking to go wide again further. There was still 2 college players out there and he was out there by himself. I think he would have been shut down nice and early. So we'll come back for the penalty. Macra will take a shot at goal. Hopefully he doesn't shank this one.
I think this is probably going to be close to half-time. We are in the referee's time at the moment.
We are on the ref's watch. But I think Richard and Kev will be happy with the first half. The efforts the boys have put in.
I think the score now kind of reflects the game that we've had.
Well, it definitely hasn't been a one-sided game. It has been a hard fought for every single point that's on the board. Both sides have, they've got some things that they'll probably look at and want to work on, but they've also got a lot of things that on the park that they've done well.
McPherson.
Oh, he's
lines
pushed that one.
Oh, he overcorrected.
Oh, which way did that go?
Yeah, that went forward.
We'll just blow it up.
Yeah, there's half time.
It's like, oh, everyone's...
Yeah, whatever. That'll do. Okay, so he will step away for a short while. It's absolutely wonderful to be back. Round one is underway. Brighton lead this one, 15 points to 10.
Sorry, Dufford.
You're right. They've literally only just come out.
I thought you came out yet.
Have to be out, you have to be. Da-da-da. Where is Ali Wood, the Flying Frenchman? I haven't seen
Ali
him.
Wood is retired.
Yeah, but he should still be around, shouldn't he? Or has he gone back to the old...
No, he was here earlier. He's assistant coach for under-18s. Him and Ian Bryce are doing the under-18s.
Welcome back to Old Collegians. One of the questions Anthony Jenkins asked, where's Ali Wood, the Flying Frenchman? I just got the update from Steph. He's coaching under 18s. He's no longer playing, but he is still around. Haven't seen him today, friend of the show. Unlike him, really, because he likes to stick his face everywhere.
Dave, that'll be taken so many ways.
Managed to catch up with Alex Rockaborough as well during the half-time break. Asked him how he thought. He's happy.
He's happy?
He knows that Brighton are the benchmark. He knows that they've had an off-season. He said they've had a disjointed week with COVID and stuff like that. So he's happy where they are at the moment. Obviously, still things they want to do. I've cleaned that up somewhat, just so you know. He actually spoke for a lot longer than that, but so what is broadcast worthy?
Say paraphrase it. They're happy, but they've got some work.
They've got some work to do, but they're happy where they are at the moment. They know who they are playing. Restart for the second half, drive and kick again. Second time we've seen that from Brighton. Straight back. Oh, that one is sliced off the end of the foot. It's taken out a couple of spectators over on this near side. A little bit of a ricochet. So Phillips will have the lineup just outside the 22. Back ball. Wrap around from Phillips again. Seen that a lot today. The inside ball from Nakawara. They will concentrate on him.
Turnover.
Oh, McDonough trying to get away. Can't quite get away. It's going to come back their way again. They can clear the lines again. Don't think they were taken back in. This time McKinley will do a better job of clearing, and it's going to skip away. They can go quickly if they want. Decided against it, but there's a couple of whistles there. I think we're coming back for something. Conversation between Dupree and Priestley.
What are we coming back for?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we are coming back. Is he just having a chat with someone?
There was a couple of peeps on the P though, wasn't there? Huh?
There was. Maybe there was just a little bit of a conversation off the ball that we weren't party to. But you couldn't have a better man in the middle. Guillermo. Rolling my R for you, Guillermo. Guillermo Garcia is he's a psychologist or psychiatrist, one of the two.
Oh, he's a head doctor.
He is a head doctor, so can't get much better for the man in the middle.
Well...
So how did that make you feel?
Yeah, tell me about that last play.
Is this because you are secretly in love with your mother? No, I'm joking. Sorry, Guillermo, we shouldn't take the mickey out of your
actually talking about
profession.
The players there.
But it will be a line-out to Brighton. So whatever it was off camera wasn't important enough to make a difference to the game. Seeing that Phillips wrap around in his link-up with Nakawara, and it's the first time we've seen the crazed giraffe actually offload. Collier this time off the back into midfield. Stocks will pull it back. Sorry, that's Dupree. Will pull it back to Nakawara. Now they've got a little bit of space. Coleman has one to beat. Wonderful covering tackle from McDonough. I should just have that on a soundboard. Simpson into midfield again. Phillips against Dawes. Young versus old in that battle of the hookers. Fishwick. Priestley. Good hands, but again, whoa, I tell you what. Berger was absolutely nailed. Phillips off the ball. I tell you, if he's been caught, Coleman, if he's been caught with that,
yeah, I don't think he has.
I don't think he has either. Kev Beckett is just having a look. The hardest working man in world rugby, Kev Beckett.
Isn't he? He's everywhere.
So
Doesn't
just
matter
keep
what
an
team
eye
it
on
is.
that. He's not looking. He knows what he's doing, though, Burgess.
Yeah, there's a fraction of experience there, Dave.
He's not looking at Coleman, but my God, he hit him. Probably the man with the tidiest physio room.
Oh, he's very, very, very particular about his room. There are rules. So big Brighton scrum pushing off the ball.
Standing up.
I think.
Does that break foot take away from the ability to set?
No,
Right.
it actually loads the scrum. So your foot comes back into a pushing position. So your foot's out to start with, and you've got to bring it back into a pushing position. So you actually load up your scrum.
See, there's that banana that we were talking about, and I think he's lost probably about 10 meters because of that. Just kick through it.
Just do the old torp spiral. So Phillips in again on the 22. Whistle gone again.
Not straight.
Jaden will be unhappy with that.
Yeah, look.
He is Mr. Consistent when it comes to throwing.
It's interesting, you know, to see how players prepare. Good 15, 20 minutes down on the post, just throwing and hitting that post before the game.
Yep.
Well, Coles will have the scrum inside. Well, on the line it would
inside.
be, but it would be inside. So McKinley will have the chance to clear his lines. Not the best side for a left footer, but it doesn't really matter for him, I don't think.
So Brighton will actually put some acid on the scrum on Picken.
They're starting to take the ascendancy in it. This time they got a little bit better and it went quickly. McKinley with the twinkle toes manages to remove himself from Collier. Absolutely stuck the catch here.
Well done, Paddy.
Do you know what the best thing about it was? He looked as if he does it all the time. There was no...
He does not know rugby from a borough, so...
He's got good hands, though. There he goes. Look, he's got his day in the sun as well. Did we get a handball from him as well? I think we did.
Well, he's got a Brighton Bombers jacket on, so... Oh,
dear.
Travie slips catch from that pass off the top.
Oh, Coleman. Making something of absolutely nothing at the moment into centre field. Pushes all Collegians back. Now they can start to work on that far side. Missed the first one. McPherson trying to find a way through. Can't quite find a way through.
Sam T says, I'll have that. Thank you, Travie.
Yeah, just to slow things down and ease things up again.
Hand off to Phillips in the tackle. Makes another couple of metres. Picked up by Nick Simpson into the 22. Collier, quick ball, bounce pass, or a little knock on.
No, I think he got it off his foot. He did very, very well. Nakawara, one-on-one, Coleman. Coleman, what can he do? Comes inside, beats the first one. Oh, jeez, Burgess.
He just got something in.
I've got a feeling that he must have upset him. Did he write something nasty about Burjo on Facebook or something?
Must have been an old-fashioned.
Jeez. Now they can go wide. Nakawara, hands. Oh, just the old-fashioned go straight. Nakawara again. Half ran into his own plays. Got the arm out for a penalty. They're still going. Collier, it's going to be there for Collier. They'll slow down again.
Pick and go, pick and go. Try to... Oh,
no, held up.
Oh, there was
He's going to go back for something. You would think.
Well, Phillips denied. He'll be angry about that.
Really interesting. I was having a chat with Phil Benger during half-time. We were talking about the game. He's of the opinion that Old Coles will kind of get run over in this second half. And one of the things I said was just...
Oh, we've got the old-fashioned wall happening.
Oh, now we have gone into the old green playbook.
Up the jersey? No.
No, Fishwick.
Out to...
Oh, he's missed the first one, and again, Old Collegians will find themselves backs against the wall. Less than 5 meters out.
Pick and go again. Who's got...
Over the line. Can he get down? Yes, he can.
Fishwick.
It is Reece Fishwick. Continues his... He pretty consistently scores during a broadcast game, doesn't he, old Reece?
Yes. Reece doesn't mind scoring a try. He works hard to get there, though.
Oh, he does. Got to be in the right place at the right time.
It was a great line by Easton Strauss coming back in off that wall. He was met by a solid wall of college players, as you'd expect.
But he missed the first tackle. The first tackle was an arm tackle, and that's when Old Collegians then will find themselves backs against the wall and having to deal with the Brighton big boys running their way through. Just going back to my conversation with Phil Benger, he thinks that Brighton are going to run over Old Coles. He doesn't feel that the match fitness for Old Collegians is there enough.
Right.
What I said to him was that just feel like there's a little bit of a lack of imagination from Old Coles at the moment. It's just a little bit samey, and that they're not really getting enough go forward.
They're playing a bit pedestrian.
But then my very next point was, so are Brighton, but they're just incredibly good at it.
Brighton are playing to the game plan that's been set out for them.
And you could suggest that it's, as that one will find its way over, flags go up.
Great kick, Macca.
You could suggest that what the rugby that Brighton is playing is boring, as I do air quotes, which nobody can see, but it's good boring.
Well, it is. It's round one.
Yeah, what we're not seeing is like balls being thrown out the back and 50-metre runs, but it is good, it is solid, the ball is coming back, they are...
It's back to basics, round one rugby.
It is.
And basics, do your basics right, get your passes right, make your tackles, support each other, and go forward rugby. That's all, that's 100% what they're asked of.
Oh, Nakawara will break a tackle and find his way into midfield, over halfway. Then we'll have Simpson. Simpson, it's now a foot race. Simpson, will he get there? Oh, no, he won't.
Great cover tackle.
Or is that Radbone or McDonough?
Watching.
It's Radbone.
Radbone, yeah, just covers.
And not only covers, manages to roll and get Simpson bundled into touch. I tell you what, Nick Simpson could have had a hat-trick.
That should have been a goal line for me.
I think, well,
tackled over,
flag is not... Flag is not part of the...
We have another look at it.
Infield out.
Touch and goal.
Touch and goal. But we didn't really know that until we saw it for the third time.
Beauty of... Well, I didn't say first up, but yeah.
Okay.
But we've come back for...
Are we going? No, 22. So that is touch and goal. But shouldn't touch and goal be under the post?
It should be a goal on dropout. Okay.
Unless that's changed.
Yep.
Anybody watching any of the rules, laws, gurus watching?
Update us. Sam T, big charging run. 5 metres in contact.
Oh.
Off the feet.
Yeah, and it looked like it. I mean, very guilty getting up, Mr. Hunter. Yeah.
Oh, well, nobody there. That should. Who was the first player? I think it might have been the first player that's actually come through and dived past. Lee Hunter sort of bridged himself, but there was no other players there. So there's the first player that comes through. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, that's massive again.
It's a great kick. Down towards the 22.
Just walking past, or was it walking towards us actually? I got again. Anybody who's anybody. Is this the first broadcast ever where we haven't had a Brown involved? Logan Orr.
It's been a little while. Never say never for Logie.
I mean, well, you can say it now for Logie because he's wearing thongs.
Well, no, Logie won't be coming on today.
No.
But it's not as if we won't see him this year.
I'm sure we will, but is this the first time we've had a broadcaster's Coutser now? We'll try and find a way through. Just runs over the top of Priestley.
For a high tackle.
Oh, and we're going to talk to him. Someone's going to be talked to, I think.
Max Priestley's put his hand up for that one. Oh, no, it's...
Is he talking to McPherson? Was McPherson who was talking to? High tackled, so...
Yeah, I think it was...
that's the last one. Let's settle him down. There have been a couple.
I think it was Dupree. Just slid up over the shoulder.
Yeah, it was Dupree.
Around the ear.
I tell you, there would have been a sharp intake of breath from Mr. Dupree. He was like, oh, really? My first one, I'm going to get pinned?
Sorry, sir. It was accident.
There we go, into the 5, and we've seen one catch and drive from Old Collegians work. Are we going to see a second one?
I think Brighton might put some pressure on here.
They're probably not going to contest and just work to stop that drive straight away.
No, there's no sack available there for Simpson, so he's going to try and swim through.
He's come right through the middle, so he's fine there.
Yeah. Oh, he's done well too.
Yeah, just stop that drive. Oh, inside from McKinley. McKinley will go and get there. Rolling Rolling back the years, the big man.
Well, half the forward pack was still
It's still going. In the background, you can see the driving maul from Old Collegians. They got no clue.
They've stood up and celebrated, like, hey, oh, what's going on here? Where did that come from? But, yeah, great line. Just straight back into the hole where the forward pack was.
Great step from the big fella.
And he's like, now watch me slot it.
I tell you, look, absolutely beautiful as well from our Collegians, and this is vitally important for mine. They cannot let Brighton put points on in bunches.
No.
So it's got, when Brighton score, they've got to come back and do it again. They have to come back and score.
They have to come back with a reply of their own.
Yeah.
Or else the tails drop, the lip drops, and it makes it hard pushing it uphill.
Thank you, Logan. When are we seeing you back? 2 weeks. We've been the call for 2 weeks for Logan Brown.
Maybe soon. It's a definite date, isn't it?
I mean, I think once he saw that Spacequake was here, he probably ran to the boot of his car to get his kit, didn't he?
Oh, he'd find a kid somewhere. he has a habit.
So McKinley will line up the converting his own try.
Probably taking a few deep breaths. It was only a 10-metre run, though.
Hey, that'll get longer by the time.
Oh, you know, it'll be a halfway jog.
Hey, it's sponsors day today, so there'll be some hands in pockets tonight. That is set on its way.
No,
it didn't look.
The face.
Just pulled it, I think.
Yeah, I think it was that stutter in his strike.
Steph Redmond been doing the work in the off season.
Oh,
We've been analysing some kicking.
Yeah. You know, I've got to have something to say about everything. You know,
when you see the tee jump off the ground like that, they've gone too far underneath it.
Correct.
That is a great restart.
Lee Hunter getting through and making him.
Yeah, it's Brighton ball. When you win that restart, contestable restarts. Same rules apply for Brighton. They now have to go and fight back as soon as possible. Stocks sends it into midfield. And this is the difference between these two teams. Oh, Collier!
Between the legs.
That's a good run as well. And this is what Brighton have been able to do. They've breached the gain line consistently.
Oh, sloppy ball.
It was sloppy and it's gone back, it would appear. Yeah, so Old Collegians will manage to get off the hook. McKinley, oh, I tell you what. There was
that's a great clearance.
There was a committee of Brighton players around that clearance. Satala back next week, apparently.
Says who?
Dan Naylor.
Oh.
Lovely to have you with us, Dan.
Yeah, you can always believe everything that Dan says.
The Oracle of South Australian rugby, Dan Naylor.
Oracle?
Oracle.
Oh, there's no F in it?
There's no F in Oracle. I know, that's what I'm saying.
Still ends in an E, though. It's got an F, but okay, let's go. Jaden Phillips throwing in. To the back.
Yeah, good off the top again. Now they will go simply into midfield. The wrap around McPherson had to go and get it. Does get it.
Trevi digging in deep. Sends it up again. It's down Strauss.
Better from Old Collegians. That is a much better defensive line from the Old Collegians.
Trevi.
Merrin.
Making the tackle. Slow
Howlett.
Ball. Waiting on for the gain line.
Whoa, 17, nearly got it. Campion, here's your no, I thought we were going to see contact. Gives it to the big fella. That's sensible, Jack. I love it.
We got little
knock on. First one was the knock on
from Brighton. So we'll come back for a scrum. Old Cole's ball, centre field. Just
there's
in there
that.
half.
Yeah, there's that borderline in the side from Campion again.
They're
getting away with it more than you would like.
Seem to be actually pulling it off quite well. They're actually, yeah. They're doing it surreptitiously enough for it not to be noticed by the man in the middle with the whistle. So
kicking analysis and now surreptitiously. You've been prepping for today.
I slept with the light on last night, Dave. I've got everything all lined up today.
Who's won the battle of the scrums for you?
For me, Brighton's been pretty dominant in the scrums. They're forcing College back on a number of their balls. They're staying tight.
When you see Burgess picking up that quickly from the back of the scrum, you know,
It's pressure.
because like as a 9 or a 10, and I see the scrum going. I don't know how early Collier got away with one there. I think McPherson.
It was out. It was hands on, and he bowled it straight up. But yeah.
Collier again, Nakawara trying to find a way through. Again, good from Old Collegians and hands-on from Old Collegians and turned over by Old Collegians. Good little phase of rugby from the men in red and blue. Stretch trying to find a way through. Long way back to McKinley. It's got to bounce first, and it does, and it will skip. Whistle low, we're coming back for something. Just the ability to turn the fullback around that much from McKinley.
Yeah, Priestley was up quite shallow.
Well, I mean, I don't think he was.
Well, he was, because it was Brighton attacking ball, and he didn't turn around and look. And it was a quick turnaround, and it was a nice little pass back and a chip over the top. Nothing
wrong with Fishwick, just wants to show off his flexibility.
Yeah, no, he's...
a little bit of cramp, and that's going to start to happen. 20 minutes to go. It's a different world, ladies and gentlemen. You could have run 40 Ks a day, every day for the off-season.
Then start adding some contact to it.
But as soon as the contact comes, as soon as that adrenaline is in there, as soon as, you know, you just don't get as hydrated as you want, cramp kicks in.
You need some pickle juice.
Does it work?
Apparently.
I mean, I should have my own supply. I cramp up getting out of bed, to be honest. So.
I reserve my comments. I could have gone everywhere.
I have to do a full stretch.
So I do a sit-up a day, you know. Like
just the
one.
one.
In the morning to get out of bed and you lay back down at night.
So it was a penalty. Yeah.
I don't...
I mean, I have no idea what it was for.
Yeah,
but
no, I didn't see the call, what it was for.
Who cares? Now McKinley gets to send them into their half again.
Down.
You would think they have to score first. They have to be the next to score, Old Collegians. They cannot allow Brighton to push away.
So Brighton should contest this line out. 2 ball. 1 man lift with Sam T on.
Oh, tell you again, he was close.
Yep.
Oh, that's high.
Yep, arms straight out.
I think we might see them going a man down.
Oh, I don't think you will.
Well, if he said if the last one was, that's it, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. So that's Estienne Strauss playing.
That one doesn't
7.
go there.
So we're coming back for the high tackle.
Yeah, and he is going to stop the clock.
Yep. Estienne.
It's not going to stop our clock, don't worry about that. We've got Mitchell, who's directing for the first time today, who's Rugby Union debut. He's doing an amazing job. But if I say stop the clock, I worry that he's just going to hover his finger over it. Just another final talking to, maybe?
Yeah, it was a warning, yep.
The second final talking to.
I've told you once, I've told you a million times.
Stop,
Don't
or
do
I
it
will shout
again.
stop again.
I shall continue saying stop.
Who's that? That is Radbone, who's slow to get up.
I think he's just having a rest.
Was it him? No, it wasn't him. It wasn't out there that the... that dog over there is having an absolute ball, isn't he? Look at that.
The life.
That is. What? Hey, if you're going to have a Saturday afternoon, that's how you do it.
If only the sun was out.
Can you be jealous of a dog?
I'm 100% jealous of my dog, The run of the house. Yeah, just living its best life.
Just being disturbed by the rugby in the background. Yeah, he's just he's in the hands of the physio still, suggesting that it's a neck issue. Just by the way,
he's clutching at his heart. I think it's floating in his chest from all the effort that
I mean, it would be, but the physio is just looking at his neck movement.
Yeah.
Thumbs up all around.
Yep, we've got the green lights.
I'll just check actually that we haven't had a sneaky yellow card. No, there's no one sat in the naughty chair, so we're all okay.
Yeah, no, we've got our own, Dave. It's fine.
So McKinley will again look to try and push Old Collegians into a try-scoring position.
He has an incredible boot, doesn't he?
Oi, I tell you, just didn't have the leg.
Over pushed it.
McPherson,
Under pressure.
Lots of pressure.
And
manages to find.
Halfway. Pushes it up to the 10-metre line.
Doggo just... No,
Doggo's like, no, I'm not moving for that.
Not moving.
Yeah. I will make sure that the halfway line does not move. So midway 22, 10-metre line.
Stretch again. Now they're going to bring it down and just try and add another couple of metres.
Brighton
If they can get that rumble going, there's some Brighton players who are going to have to come out and round, which will give them the chance to go forward again. McKinley, Tui Piloto. Great rugby union name.
Ooh.
Penalty.
Yep. Diving in, sealing off. Yep.
Burjo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Straight through. Straight through.
Yeah, but I think, look, we're talking the same rules as we were for Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton's been pinged a couple of times.
Lost his foot from the clean out. Ball's at the back, play. The ball's in Merrin's hands.
Yeah, but he's taken out a back, so the referee's always going to.
Yeah, I just feel, anyway.
Anywho, let's move on.
Yeah. I just think if the ball's at the back, it could be a free-for-all. Do what you want.
Yeah, well, isn't the objectives of
just get it away.
Of World Rugby to make it a fast-flowing game?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Let's ignore that one. Ball's in Merrin's hands. Let's just forget it.
Oh, no, but give it back to Brighton. Off the top to Simpson.
Oh, I said you were beautifully unbiased.
Well, no.
Yeah, forward.
So he's got to make up for it now.
Referees do not do that. I will not have that said.
Does he have us in his other ear?
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it was marginal.
Yeah, Burjo would have got himself in trouble anyway.
Yep.
No clear release. It would have been.
I'm happy to see a free-flowing open game.
Oh,
rugby.
me too.
It's a way better spec. Oh no, yeah, that was. Yeah, just looking at the replay, watching the ball, it was
borderline.
Yeah. But we don't have the whistle. We're not out in the middle. We have the luxury of watching it on a screen. So solid platform for College.
Going to look down the short side. McKinley pulls it out the back to Radbone. Radbone hit behind the gain line again. Oh, great drive, but messy again.
Stocks coming through the middle.
Good offload.
Cheeky little offload there.
Kutzer trying to find a way through.
Calling players in. We're going to go a one-off runner.
If you're going to go one-off like that, then he needs more support.
And at pace. That was pedestrian.
And that's a little bit pedestrian as well. But Timmy Dawes will always give you that little bit of go forward. Merrin got it before he wanted it. McKinley, now he will just try and find some open grass. Does find some open grass. It's going to bound away. Is it going to go all the way? It's not. That's going to work out better than it could have.
It's a goal line dropout.
I thought that was. Is that not still a 22? We never got any update on the.
No, it is. See, look. See.
So did we just forget that the first? Did we just forget in the first half?
First game rust.
Yeah, it's fine.
I made a call. I'm sticking by it.
Hey, the referee is never wrong.
No.
I mean, it's basically written into the laws of rugby that the referee is never wrong.
The bloke with the whistle you don't argue with. Oh, that's a good dropout.
It's a really good dropout. He's a former rugby league player, so he will be used to things like that. Radbone again will. It's a little bit lazy, that one.
Oh,
McPherson, no mark.
Send it back. That is a great kick. And straight into the reserve bench for Old Collegians. Great catch, though.
Old Collegians line out in their own half. It just felt that kick from Radbone was just a little bit aimless. Wasn't high enough to be contestable. Wasn't into space.
It was a bit of ping pong, wasn't it? It was just...
Yeah. Just bleh. Oh, I tell you what, McKinley heard footsteps then.
Look, didn't he?
And those footsteps belong to the massive Travis Collier.
The bloke will hurt you when he hits you.
Oh, I'm sure he would.
It was like being hit by a hammer, and it's a little...
An incredibly small hammer, but
it's a wire hammer that's spring-loaded. He puts his entire body behind it. He wears shoulder pads and headgear to add an extra half a kilo.
Has to run around in the shower to get wet.
Yeah, but Travie plays with 100% with his heart on his sleeve. He's a stalwart. He doesn't have an off switch and gives it for every second he's out there.
Collier now with Nakawara. The 8-9-15 is on. There's 8, there's 9, there's 15 early. Priestley can't quite get there. McDonough's got him again. Tell you what, this last-ditch defence from Old Collegians has been absolutely outstanding.
Just that left-hand leg into touch, isn't it?
Not only that, he actually puts it down.
Yeah.
Like he knows what he's doing.
It was a deliberate tackle, and he spatial awareness.
Rhiann Murphy saying footsteps or creaky bones. I'll leave that up to you, Rhiann.
Good old Rhiann. Still in WA, I'd say.
But the last-ditch defence from Old Collegians has been absolutely outstanding.
It has. It's saved points all across the board.
Campion at the back, and Marin didn't want it. Neither did McKinley, but they've managed to work it out. How's that going to find touch? Yes, it will. Penalty, though. Not entirely sure what that signal is from Mr. Garcia.
No. Okay.
But it's a penalty. McKinley will get a chance under no pressure this time to clear his lines.
He'll be kicking it straight at us. Oh, no, and
in
then
your
some.
dreams. Oh, and there's another spectator catch, but he bobbles this one.
Will Humphries should have known better than that to let it bounce off his chest.
Yeah.
It's a sizable chest, though.
And you've got to turn sideways, so if you do drop it, it goes backwards.
Yeah. And
but our old Brighton Bomber friend just gave him a little look.
Oh, Paddy's all arms and legs.
Shall I show you how to do it?
Yeah. I'll show you rugby boys, what footy players can do. Supporters. College ball deep.
Oh, I know. Over the back, and Collier again.
Long place back.
You can't call it an ace-ons because he's never been away.
No, he hasn't.
That is awesome. Phillips looks inside to Simpson.
Oh, Simpson drops it cold. Straight down.
No, all good. Play on. McPherson pulls it out the back. Oh, it's all a little bit messy. Stocks trying to find a little bit of a way through. McKinley's got him. Tui Pilotu's got him. That's a maul. You would think, no. We're away again. Collier then runs into the substantial frame of Reece Fishwick. That was quite possibly some of the ugliest rugby I have ever called.
It was scrappy. Let's go with that. But still go forward by Brighton, though. Have a penalty. And they're going to take a shot. Push it out past
10 points. Yeah, and that's a big thing, ladies and gentlemen. As we're in the last 10 minutes. And making it a 2-score game is big.
It's smart rugby.
Yes.
I mean, it is a test match every day of the week for
how often have I been saying that?
What?
That points make premierships. Take your kicks at goal.
I think it's one of your catchphrases, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only have one.
Book of quotes for Dave, 1 page.
Put it on a postage stamp. Do people still use stamps?
Yeah, I think
people
they cost
still
you
send
about
letters.
$12 for one nowadays. They're ridiculously priced.
$12 for a I don't believe that.
But it's close. They don't have a lot of 10 cents or the 1 cent stamps anymore.
McPherson looking to add 3 points. Good contact.
Yeah, head down.
Flags go up. There we go.
That through. He's happy with that kick. Tells everyone about it.
Including Mr. Garcia.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was good. How long, ref? Oh, yeah, I've got another couple still lined up. Perhaps we should do overdubs.
I had a referee once who tried to give me advice on taking a kick before I took it. That was the most interesting kick I've ever had.
Was there a jug on it?
That one goes high and long again.
We've got that Eston Strauss. Yep.
Just outside the 22, so they can't clear from here.
Gonna call that.
McPherson.
Wide ball.
They're away again. Dupree loops it to Coleman, and Coleman just didn't quite get it. And then McDonough and Bartlett.
Just saying you should have held on to that, mate. Oh.
But you know it's going to come. he's just dropped it. That's frustration, and I don't mind that from Bartlett. Just try and get under the... I mean, we're playing Premier Grade rugby, so any advantage you can get, take. Any advantage that you can get, take. So Bartlett just trying to... He knows that Phillips has dropped it. He knows he will have lost his head a little bit. See whether I can push him a little bit further, get a reaction, sit him down for 10 minutes. Don't mind it.
If you're smart, you just say, look at the scoreboard.
Still close, though, Steph. That's...
It's 10 points.
Still close.
Still 2 scores.
Well, we're resetting this scrum. Yeah, the referee had just done a big game, and he'd watched Johnny Wilkinson kick, and he was saying...
Oh, this is back to you.
This is back to my story. He'd seen Johnny Wilkinson kick, and he said, well, what Johnny did was... It's like, good God, just let me kick.
You're trying to get into my head, Rick.
Merrin. Tuipolotu, short ball, Bartlett, who will have a little bit of fire in his blood after the last one. Then they will go again, just trying to find a way through. Siegfried tries to run the angle on the outside. Merrin asking for support to come, gets it eventually from Guillen. Messy and slow, but it's going to come back. Dawes.
Rolling away.
Dawes hit behind the line. McKinley. Then they will look into midfield. Bartlett, nice little step on the inside. Wrap around McKinley. McKinley tries to find a way through. Will give it to McDonough. It's wall of yellow and black in front of him. That doesn't bother him, though. Merrin again looks for a little snipe. Can't quite find a way through. Just short of the 5-metre line. Over the 5-metre line they go. Merrin slow to get up again. Just happy with the pick and drive from now. He's got options. Both sides, Merrin.
Looking.
Seems to like another pick and drive. He's moved out the way.
Oh.
Still trying to find a way through. Howlett, not quite there.
Metre short.
That's the try line that you can see. Stretch has a little look. Merrin now will send it. Guillen, great challenge. 2-man challenge. Merrin again. Keep knocking. Oh, Merrin will look and Merrin will go.
Did he get it down?
Whatever he was selling, Nakawara bought every single ounce of it.
Oh, he's limping off of that one, but he'd be happy with it.
It's not Nakawara. I think I might have sold Pitter. That is, who's that? Oh, yeah. Minor Volau. Manavolau, and he bought every single bit of it.
Oh, he looked up and he went with it, didn't he? Bought the far.
Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. Like,
it was a good sell, though.
Every single Brighton fan is going to see that. Andrew Cropley watching from Germany. Guten Tag. And McKinley will bring it to within.
Try to bring it within
Try
3.
to bring it in within 3. Let's not commentate to curse it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you will.
I think we might adjust. Yeah.
No, you watch, he'll slot this. Especially with that flash line cutting his hair.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? I wish I could.
It's horrendous. I could draw a line on your head if you want. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah.
I wish I could.
Like 12.
Big breast from McKinley.
Yeah, it'd be big press by now too.
It's a big afternoon for him.
He's had a fantastic game. Yeah, head down.
Oh, no. Just pulled it.
It was all that line, eh?
So it's 5 points by my maths, the difference.
25-15. That is a great try.
It is a really, really good try. So try and have a look whether we get a change in halfback. Where he was limping, and he was slow to a couple of breakdowns as well, Merrin.
Oh, I don't think... No, he's still out there. So short kick.
It's 20 points to 25.
Made up for the selling on that kickoff.
Oh, Priestley gets away from a couple, and again, can he skip the last? He does skip the last. Cover defence is there again, but there is going to be an absolute cavalry charge from the men from Brighton. Great challenge again. Coutts this time. Penalty for holding on. Tell you what, they've done very, very well.
They have done very well. It was great cover defence, straight in on that ball.
I tell you what, Priestley is... Once he always beats the first challenge. If he can beat another couple, good look out.
20 to 25.
And a nice clearance down towards halfway. But Max on a step though, isn't it? It's a huge step and it's impressive. And it doesn't look like he's going fast, but the guy's got some wheels.
He's got some talent. Played relatively high level in Scotland, I think.
Scotland under 20s.
Absolutely beautiful human being as well. I think that's, you know, these are the things that are most important to me. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, human being, and Burjo coughed it up. And do you know what? That's Collier again.
Just Travie making a pest of himself. Proper 9.
Proper 9, be a pest.
Yep. And he won't mind us saying that he is a proper pest.
He's gone past, he's up to 80 minutes. He's up to 80 minutes as well, Travis Collier.
Oh, he'll run all day.
It's unusual for halfbacks to see out a whole game, though.
First game of the season, though.
Well, normally you would normally see...
Nobody off the bench has not had a whole game already, so...
No, well, no, but you would normally see a change in the halfbacks around 60, 65 minutes, normally.
Not yet, well...
Not that Richard Bosley could ever be described as normal when it comes to rugby.
I thought you were just going to leave it. It couldn't be described as normal ever.
Oh, I don't know him well enough to do that.
Yeah, well, say what you like. You've got the mic. There hasn't been too many changes at all for Brighton. You've still got the full front row. You actually still got the full pack on. And I
don't even remember seeing a substitution.
No, looking at the bench, there hasn't been a substitution.
What's that? I know there's been changes for old Collegians because Chester isn't running around anymore, but
You got
John Mokomoko making his way onto the field.
Saw him playing number 8 in the twos. Had a pretty good game.
Nakawara will lift and go. Collier
low in there, Brighton. Sully making some good metres.
gets up to that 22 again. Collier.
Delivers again for Sammy T.
Oh, man and ball, and I tell you what, he did well to hold on to that.
Hang on to that, yeah. Up again for Lee Hunter, who only knows one way, straight up.
That's what you want from your big boys in the middle.
Yep.
Collier again.
Up to
Sam T.
Going to give it out.
They're just going to kill this game, you would think, from now. Nakawara, the offloaded.
Great slip catch by Max Priestley.
Nakawara, oh, it's gone! Coutsa, can he go? It's going to be a full race. Coutsa and Philip. Coutsa's going to get there. Coutsa's going to get onto the post. That is in red time, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Tristan Coutsa. I haven't had to call his name too much today. And if you're going to get it called for the first time today, get it called for that.
It was a great pick-off and just showed wheels all day.
And that's how much it means to the young man. And I tell you what, I literally just said you can see Brighton killing this off. And I thought we were just going to see breakdown after breakdown. And Stocks forced it. And forced it straight into the hands of the flying South African. Now, I can't remember too much stoppage.
No, I think we're playing on vapours.
We're in the referee's hands. A hush will fall over all Collegians. McKinley has the chance because we are all square at the moment.
He is sucking in some big ones. He is focused. Easing through it. Nice little stab.
The reaction of the crowd tells you all you need to know. Those old Collegians hit the front for the first time today, and they have done it in the 83rd minute. We are in the hands. 2 minutes. He's put the hands up. He will have asked. 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Can they hold on? They have to kill this restart. Is the restart contestable? Yes, it is. Nakawara will get there. McPherson. Coleman into midfield. Big hit from Bartlett. Tried to stand him up. They will hold it. Collier.
Hunter to Sammy T. Stands in the tackle. Big man to try and put down. Collier again, looking back left.
Stocks
again.
Yeah, it's Stocks.
So spinning in a tackle.
So was it Deegan who threw the pass? Sorry, Sebastian.
Yep, Piers.
Now they're away again.
Oh, that's a
Solly with a very, very big long pass to Nakawara. Nakawara will try and step inside. Bartlett gets him.
Put down, picked up.
Yeah, he did enough. Jeez.
Bought himself some time.
Collier again. Phillips. Old Collegians will have their tails up now. I tell you what, that's smart from Phillips. He was trying his best to buy a penalty. Collier, Sully again, out into midfield. Fishwick, Stocks manages to beat the first one. Every single ounce of everything that Old Collegians have has to go into this defence now. Little bit of a bouncing ball, and I tell you what, he was very, very close to tidying that one up, Burjo. He's lost it forward. Brighton are going to get a scrum. Collier, McPherson, Nakawara tries to step inside. That one's gone forward, but they'll go back for the scrum. Arm is still out.
Let go of the head.
Arm is out for all. What? I can't see at the moment. That was high as well, you would think. Penalty. McPherson. What's going through his... That is a long, long kick. With the angle, that's about 50 metres. What is going through his head?
Oh, Phillips is cramping up big time. Pain on his face.
Everybody will be.
No, I think
they're going to go for it.
The corner.
He's got the banana.
Oh, didn't fly off many metres though.
It doesn't, and that's what I'm saying. Just drop punt at that corner flag. Now, if they were right, we're done. Pretty much next stoppage, you would think, if Kurt McKinley was right with the 2 minutes. May have been a little bit extra for the Wombats cramp.
On his 50. It's going deep. Yeah, picked off by Strauss.
Good enough. Phillips on the wraparound. Oh, I tell you what. Howler. It's straight as well, you know. Straight on if they had the penalty, but there's no arm out.
Sammy T out to...
McPherson will straighten. Can't get away from McKinley. McKinley got hands on. That, ladies and gentlemen, is about a man of the match performance from Kurt McKinley. That is about as good as you can get. You want to talk about match-saving tackles, match-winning tries. Kurt McKinley, take a bow. Clear release, hands on.
Straight on the ball. Great work, Kurt. And he knows it.
So if we see him tap, that'll be it. There's the tap. There's the go.
Oh,
Collegians will nick it. Daylight robbery from the men in red and blue. They did not hit the front until the 83rd minute. I said it before, I'll say it again. Kurt McKinley, take a bow. An absolute pressure kick in front of the post. Those are the 2 points difference. Then the jackal that ended the game. Old Collegians put down a marker. They never went away.
87 minutes of hard-fought rugby. That intercept just made it.
Absolutely wonderful, and it was Deegan who really pushed it when he didn't have to. Literally seconds before I'd said, just watch Brighton put the cue in the rack now.
Yep.
And that's what it had to be. Pick and drive and pick and drive.
Tuck and go, tuck and go. Yep, one out, one off. Play your contacts, get your clean outs, kill the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, if that is the start to 2023, it can only get better. Ladies and gentlemen, Spacequake Sports are back. I'm back. Steph Redmond is back. We'll be back next week for the Anzac Day game. Ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful afternoon of rugby. We'll see you soon.